Peterson is having a terrific night. 2 season-high scores for her so far. 9.925s on beam and on bars. And here she is in the leadoff spot on floor. Oklahoma is counting 12 of 15 scores. 9-9 plus. Looks like they've queued up music. What happens to your mindset when that happens, Ken?
You have to do a mental reset. We saw that music mishap in the beginning. Saw KJ talk to her for a second. Got her back aligned.
Has something like that happened to you before?
No, and I'm happy that it didn't. You know, you have a mental routine that you do before your actual routine. And any modifications to that can throw you off. Lily does a great job of not letting anything phase her competition. She's also adjusted this routine as well from last year. Wants higher scoring potential on this event. Nice job on that double twist. Small shuffle forwards. That's one of the passes that she edited from last year. Similar to Alabama, Oklahoma's done a great job of differentiating dance in their lineups. You're going to see a lot of different vibes throughout this floor exercise. Lily starting off strong for OU on floor. She wanted to get the stick on this.
No question that Lily Peterson had a spectacular night. The 3 events that she did perform very cleanly. Ella Murphy now for the Sooners on floor. 9.825 on beam in the previous rotation. 9.925 on bars earlier today.
Clean first pass. That is a stick. And like head coach KJ Kindler said, she is mesmerizing to watch on this event. Has the center's cut in the middle of it. KJ said that she thought center should have won Best Picture, and that's called taste. Really solid on that pass as well.
Kindler is well known for picking very original, interesting music for her athletes. Not cookie cutter type routines at all, are they?
They put a lot of emphasis on their dance work.
Boy, she nailed that double back at the beginning of the routine.
This was just excellent. Such a good stick. Didn't even need to step back to that lunge.
We talked to Coach Kindler earlier this week, and we talked about sometimes people knock Oklahoma gymnastics for not doing enough difficulty in their tumbling. And she says, well, then blame me, because she said, I don't want them doing 16 to 18 meets with all those backward landings where you could risk tearing an Achilles or even severe injuries. So she is taking the responsibility for it. We're going to get our points. We're going to have a 10-0 start value, but we're not going to put the wear and tear on the ankles of these athletes. So that's a strategy that is not by accident for KJ Kindler.
It's a smart strategy, to be honest.
It's a long season, and this is a lot of wear and tear on the bodies because it's not just 16 to 18 meets, but it's every day in the gym.
She also argues, look at our difficulty on bars. Check out beam. We're doing hard series. You know, a lot of other teams might not be doing the same challenges that they do on other events.
Kamila Pavlov now for Oklahoma on the floor. Earlier tonight, we saw her sister Natalia on bars for Alabama. Her sister claims to be Kamila's biggest fan. She's so proud that as Natalia is graduating out of college gymnastics, her younger sister is coming in, even though they're competing for two separate teams.
Nice landing on that double pike. We talked about that preservation that KJ takes with her team. Kamila is capable of doing a full twisting, a full in on that first pass. Might debut it this weekend on the podium. Would be a great meet to feel. I always like sister duos that are a little bit different. Kamila's gymnastics is completely different from Natalia's, but they're both in these lineups, being utilized for different reasons. Such a strong tumbler.
Kamila claims that the NCAA gymnastics experience is living the dream with my best friends.
Had so much flight on this. The hip rise was excellent. Clean stick to the lunge. And dynamic out of this as well.
Congratulations all around for the freshman just getting underway as a member of this #1 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners. Tom Haley giving her a couple of notes there as well. A Guami, Philippines national team member, a sophomore out of Washington. Here's Elle Miller now. This is a fascinating routine. Talk about original choreography.
Elle brings an intensity to her dance that we really don't see from a lot of athletes on floor. I love it. She is so serious and locked in. Easy first pass. Had a slight stumble out of this last week. Not today. Exactly where she needed to be on that last pass. You know, KJ talked about a lot of them end with beam passes as well, like Elle, which can be more difficult to do sometimes than the tumbling.
You know, that's a type of piece of music that not everybody could perform to, isn't it?
No, you've got to have this level of performance quality in your dance to be able to pull that off. And Elle is impressive with her choreography. The bond that Oklahoma has developed this season amongst their team is really special, kind of aids to why they're doing so well this season. KJ said they hung out even before they came to college, the freshmen.
That's the first miss for the Crimson Tide in tonight's competition. Not what they had hoped here in the final rotation. If they hope to close the gap on the Sooners, who are continuing to be impressive on floor. Al Miller had their second straight 9-9-2-5, and two big floor routines yet to come to finish this off for the #1 team in the country. Here's Addison Feda.
This is one of my favorite routines that KJ did this season. I think she just eats this choreo. And this first pass is new for her this season. Actually had some struggles last week against Kentucky with that skill right there. Well done today.
That's plenty of difficulty on the floor. Front full to a 2.5. But once again, KJ Kindler prefers those forward landings because they're less stress on the ankles and the Achilles in particular.
And they do difficult gymnastics. This is a front double twist. That is worth an E in gymnastics. We rank our skills by the alphabet. And E is the hardest that you can do. F if you're Simone Biles.
Feda, which she'll easily get, gets Oklahoma to that magic 198, and 198 is a championship level score, the kind of team that could repeat again as an NCAA champion.
And she had that mistake last week out of that first skill. No issues today. Legs were super tight coming down. Nice clean form on that double twist.
The Sooners comfortably in the lead now, and they have one final competitor who'll finish off their floor rotation. That's Mackenzie Estep. Still don't have the score yet for Gabby Gladio. Sometimes calculating a score for a missed routine is actually more difficult than a hit routine, especially if there's missed connections and combinations.
Even if they don't get the win, this contributes to their overall score, which matters in their rankings in those regional seedings later on this year.
That's a very good point. I did not mention that earlier, but you're right. Postseason opportunities are a combination of home and away scores that are averaged, and there's an emphasis this year on away scores. So even though Alabama will go down as a loss, hopefully they can get a respectable away score, which will help their postseason standings. Oklahoma's going to get the win. Addison Feda at a 9.95, and this is Mackenzie Estep finishing it up for OU. Oh!
Actually had a similar mistake last week, under-rotated that front double full. It's hard on an event like floor. We mentioned it on ball, finding that power balance in the run. You've got to do a similar thing on floor. Mackenzie's E-step, first time in the all-around. You know, it takes endurance to compete all 4 events. It's a little bit different. You've got to be prepared for it. I doubt this is the last time we're going to see her in this all-around, though.
Remember that name, folks. Mackenzie Estep, just a freshman for the Sooners. A couple of minor stumbles tonight, but expect her to be a national contender throughout her collegiate career. She has the full package of the power, the technique, and the artistry. What happened there? Just a little shorter rotation on the double twister.
Just came in short. You saw those feet were in front of her. You want your feet directly underneath you if you want to stick the pass. If they're too far in front, you got to take those steps back like we saw.
There's Addison Feda. She had a terrific night. Finished up on floor with a 9.95. So a 39.725 for Feda in the all-around. Incredible effort